It's a new week, so we got a new One Piece chapter here. Last week's chapter was fantastic. We got a sort of epilogue of what's going on after the God Valley incident and Rox's death. We get to see, in particular, Loki and Harold's reaction to Rox's death was really good. But here, next chapter, we've got 第1167話 Ida no musuko. So Ida's son, which is of course Hayreddin. So we're continuing on, looking into the giants. We got a nice little cover page here, Kokuyashi Village. 本を泥棒とした猫を叱っているけど、怒っていないゲンさんとノジコ. A cat being reprimanded for having stolen a book, but Gen and Nojiko are not angry. The book he stole here is the Osakana Zukan, the fish reference book. Okay, so turning the page immediately, we see Morgans. Love to see him. 33年前、ゴッドバレ事件の5年後. So 5 years after the God Valley incident, 33 years ago. 沖に海賊が現れたと思った時だ. It was when I was out in open waters and thought, the pirates are here. その後ろの霧の中からでっけえ人影が現れて and then from the fog in the back, this massive silhouette appeared. 海底監獄 Impel Down. The undersea prison, Impel Down. ドカーンってよ. It was like, bam! 気づいたら船が大破. And just when I realized the ship was getting wrecked, 俺たちは海の木図よ. We're about to end up in a watery grave. This 海の木図 literally translates to scraps of seaweed at sea, but it's an idiomatic expression that means to drown at sea, to die in a watery grave. 海洋類だろ? That was probably a sea king, right? 違う! まるで人間! You're wrong, it was practically human. その海域はフロリアントライアングルだった? And the region of sea was the Florian Triangle, was it? Oh shit. We're going back to that? The end of Thriller Bark. There was that panel with the giant silhouettes. I just remembered. I thought that was just like a one-off horror thing that we would never actually get any elaboration on, but they're actually talking about it. 全然違えよ. Okay, never mind. You're totally wrong. あんなとこまで漁に出ねえし. I wouldn't go out fishing to that place. 近づかねえ. I wouldn't go near it. Okay, so never mind. I'm wrong. It's not that. But they did reference it. They referenced it at least. とにかくありゃ人の形した魔物だ. Either way, it was some sort of demon taking the form of a human. 当時、グランドラインの国々に行って At the same time, in various countries around the Grand Line, ある噂が流れていた. A certain rumor started to spread. 霧の深い海に In the deep fogs at sea, 主に海賊船を襲う魔物が現れると. A demon would appear and attack mostly pirate ships. So it's Harold. That's Harold. その正体はハラルドであった. His true identity was Harold. 巨人族すら見たこともないものが多い海において In the seas where many people were who have never even seen a giant before, それは恐怖以外の何者でもなかった. It was nothing other than fear itself. So they don't know what giants are. They see this giant human come. This is the embodiment of fear. ハラルドは1000年分の償いを誓い、陰ながら海軍の援軍として働いた. After pledging his 1,000 years worth of recompense, Harold worked as a helper reinforcement for the Marines from the shadows. 一方, on the other hand, ゴッドバレでチリジリになった海賊たちは The pirates who ended up split apart on God Valley その後 afterwards 十数年で全盛期を迎えそれぞれが時代の顔役となっていく They brought about decades of a golden age and would each become faces, representatives of the era. そんな中 among them 主に縄張り争いに執着する海賊たちを押しのけて looking past the pirates who mainly clung to fighting for territory 不可能と言われていた世界一周を成し遂げたのが the one who achieved what was thought to be impossible, the circumnavigation of the globe. かの海賊王ゴールド・ロジャーの一団であった was none other than the Pirate King Gold Roger's crew. ほどなくして捕らえられた海賊王の公開処刑は before long the public execution of the captured Pirate King 世界政府の力を誇示する式典のはずであったが was meant to be a ceremony to flaunt the power of the world government. However, 彼の残した莫大な財宝、ワンピースを求め、世界はさらなる狂乱の時代へと突入する。Those who sought after the grand treasure that he left behind, the One Piece, would thrust the world into an age of even more madness. 誰もが予想だにしなかった大海賊時代の到来に So at the advent of the grand pirate age that nobody could have predicted 海軍本部は The Marine Headquarters 各地の巨人族十数名を軍に投入 The Marine Headquarters recruited dozens of giants from various locations in order to strengthen their might, their military power. かたや On the other side, 一時代を海軍の手足となり、従順に務めたハラルドは Harold, who was submissively working at the Marines' beck and call for a period. でかかったよ It was huge. 巨大巨人族はます It's an ancient giant. 奴隷に欲しい I want it as a slave. 同年ついに正式に聖地への紹介を許可された。In that year, finally he was officially allowed to make his ascent to the Holy Land. 旋回契約 The Shallow Sea Agreement? The Shallow Sea Contract? そうだ。Yes. これよりを前に神の騎士団の懐刀。おう。従人の地位を与える。Okay, so from now on you will be the right-hand man to a god's knight. So, 懐刀 literally means like a dagger, like a knife that you hold in your pocket. But in this case, it means like somebody who stands beside you, like a trusted henchman sort of thing. 従人の地位を与える So this is, you will achieve the rank of 従人, which is the same rank that Gunko was, I think. 光栄だ It's an honor. 契約には三大回ある。旋回契約はおわずかな優位だが。There are 3 levels of contract. The shallow sea contract is nothing more than a binding, an agreement sort of thing. 深海契約、深海契約こそが。So the deep sea contract and the very deep sea contracts この世に13人としか結ばれぬ本物の神との契約者。So these agreements are only bound by 13 people in this world, and they are like contracted to a real god, like bound to a real god. Kami toa? And by god, you mean お前がもし騎士になれる日が来たなら、その時にまたこの世の新聞を知ることになる。If the day comes that you become a knight, at that time, you will know deeper knowledge of this world. その時はエルバフは世界政府に加盟を And at that time, will Elbaf become an affiliated country of the world government? もちろんだ、ハラルド。Of course, Harold. その時は世界に報じ、歓迎する。Then at that time, it will be reported to the world and you will be welcomed. 感謝する。何でもする。You have my gratitude. I will do anything. And look who it is. 神々の地 Land of the Gods 岸たしの神殿 Shangara The Shrine of the Knights Shangara 神の騎士団団長フィガランド家ガーリング星 So the leader of the God's Knights from the house of Figureland, Saint Garling. 本体も何を考えておられる? What is the boss thinking? エルバフの王が言うことを聞くのか? Will the king of Elbaf listen to what we have to say? もちろんだ. 何でも言いつけてくれ. Of course. Give me any order you want. That sort of thing. 言いつける means like to tell on somebody or also to give orders to somebody. 用があったら呼ぶよ. If I have need, I will call you. 長距離の電電虫を持ってろ. Get a, or hold on to a long range, 電電虫, a transponder snail. He kind of looks a little bit like Rayleigh, but that's kind of a stretch. 下界へ行くも自由だが、ここでのことは何も喋るな. You are free to go down into the lower world, but you do not talk about anything you've seen here. わかった. I understand. 20年前、魚人島竜宮王国 The 竜宮 Kingdom on Fishman Island 20 years ago. Ho ho ho! バラハハハハ! こんなに笑ったのは久しぶりだ、ネプチューン。It's been a while since I've laughed like this, Neptune. わしもじゃもん、友よ。Same here, my friend. お互い悩みは多いな。We both have our great deal of worries. お前の息子なら根っからの悪童とは思えん。I can't think your son is a demon from the core. 己の幼少期を棚に上げて I'd have to ignore my own childhood. いや、それを言われると Oh, if that's what you say. 実はな、actually, ある占い師によって from a certain fortune teller 4年後 4 years from now わしは娘を授かると言われとるんじゃもん。They say I'll be blessed with a daughter. そしたらお前、うちの娘をロキのいい名付けにしよう。And then you can have Loki take her as his fiancé. バラハハ、無茶な、やめとけ。That's ridiculous. Cut it out. おい、言いとくが、ただの魚人と思うな。And let me tell you, don't think that we're just simple fishmen. その娘は手に負えん力を持って生まれてくるやもしれんのじゃも。That daughter could be born holding on to uncontrollable power. Or unimaginable power. じゃあちょうどいいな。Then it's perfect. うちの悪ガキとお前のもさもそした娘の未来に乾杯。Let's have a toast to the future of my my terrible brat and your bushy daughter, like with a bushy beard. Mosa mosa sewa. She won't be bushy. Donen, the same year. Elbaf, Fukuro no Tosokan. Elbaf, the Owl Library. もちろん自由に住んでくれ、サウロ。そうか、助かる。Of course you could live here freely, Saul. Interesting thing about this, his name is Sauro in Japanese, but in English it's translated as Saul. More literal translation of his name would be like Saulo. 一つ相談なんだが。There's one thing I want to discuss though. なんだで? What is it? エルバフの学識のある者たちと共に along with the people who have academic abilities in Elbaf. ここに学校を開いてくれないか? Could you open up a school here? It's like get the people who are smart and open up a school. そうか。な。A school. Well, that sounds great. 15年前, 15 years ago, 聖地マリージョアにて at Holy Land Marriage は大事件が起きた。A major event happened. うちの奴隷が逃げたい。My slave has escaped. うちの檻も壊されている。And my gate has been broken down. 出ろ、急げ。Get out, hurry up. 一生飼われる気か? Do you want to be owned the rest of your life? Oh shit. くそ、神の騎士団。Damn, it's a god's night. Not just any god's night. What? 武器庫の鍵を開けてある。場所は I'll open up I'll unlock the weapons storage. It's located at Is this actually They're hiding his eye. So we can't tell if it's actually Shamrock or Shanks right now. What would Shanks be doing here? I mean, they did say he came up at some point. Yeah, kayaku. Gunpowder. Ana-sama, isoide. Sister, hurry up. Sanda Sonia. We got Hancock. Dareka ga, somebody. Abarete kureteru is going on a rampage for us. Kono jigoku wo nukerareru. We can get out of this hell. Koala, isoge. Nigeru zo. Koala, hurry up. We're running away. Kore ga Nochi no Taiyo Kaizokudan Sencho. The future captain of the Sun Pirates. Risha Taiga ni yoru Seichi Mariju wa shugeki jiken de aru. So this is the raid of Holy Land Marijua incident perpetrated by Fisher Tiger, who would become the captain of the Sun Pirates. This is so, we're seeing all the stuff that we've already known about from new angles. I love it. It's a great showing of everything that we've come to know about past events. We're just going through them sequentially in chronological order now. 大変だったようだな. Seems like it was tough. こっち側の誰かが武器庫来たんじゃねえかって. They say somebody from our side must have opened up the armory. 今犯人探しを. And now we're looking for the culprit. 死刑にしろえ. Execute him. お前に紹介しておこう、ハルド. 名はシャンクス. It was Shanks. Allow me to introduce you, Harold. His name is Shanks. 分け合って生き別れていたシャムロックの弟だ. He's the younger brother of Shamrock who got separated for reasons. The estranged brother. 下界で苦渋をなめたようで It appears he's become distressed with the lower world. 新海契約を結べば即戦力シャムロクに匹敵するだろう I'm sure if he gets bound to the deep sea agreement, he will have power to rival even Shamrock. ひとまずはお前と同じく神の従人として我々に仕える But first he will be working with us as a God's 従人 I don't know what the official translation of that word is. It's not like an actual word. Just like you. But he's the same rank as Herald. The sort of helpers, right? The helpers of the God's Knights, the right-hand men of the God's Knights. シャムロクにも初め思ったんだが、俺はお前にやったことが At first I thought you were Shamrock, but I've actually met you before? Is that what he's saying? I think I've met you before. 知らねえよ。でけえだけのただの下民が慣れ慣れしくするな。Shanks is acting all high and mighty and shit. This has to be an act, right? Like, I don't know you. You're just some big lower person. Don't get all friendly with me. 俺は元からフィガランドの血を引いていたんだ。I have the blood of the Figureland family running through me. 騎士には俺が先になる。I'll become a knight before you. これは人違い。It must be mistaken. It must be mistaking you for somebody else. 行こう、シャムロック。もっと教えてくれ、聖地のこと。Let's go, Shamrock. Tell me more about the Holy Land. He's just doing it to get information, right? Has to be. 事件の犯人も捕らえて手柄に立てたい。手がかりは I mean, it's you. You were the person that did it. I want to help finding the culprit. Do we have any leads? 怪我が完治してからでも遅くはないだろう、Shanks. You won't be too late even if we wait until after you're fully healed, Shanks. お前には分からねえよ。24年もの人生を棒に振った悔しさは。You wouldn't know anything about the anguish of throwing away 24 years of your life. 道理で周りと違う気がした。No wonder everything around me seems so unfamiliar, so different. It's so crazy seeing them together like this. すべてが嫌いだった。I hated all of it. He's a really good actor. 同年 same year, エルバフ漁師村 Fisherman village in Elbaf. 無理だ。俺の医学じゃ。With my medical abilities, it's impossible. ハラルドに連絡していい医者と薬を手配してもらおう。Let's call Harold and have him bring a doctor with good medicine. ダメよ。It's no use. 彼は任務で忙しい。He's busy with his missions. こんな時のために政府のネットワークだろう。We're in the world government's network for this reason, aren't we? Oh no, Ida. こんなの自力で治るわよ。I can heal from something like this on my own. そうは言っても、日に日に弱っていくじゃねえか。You say that, but you're growing weaker by the day. 元気にならなきゃ、ハララドが泣くぜ。If you don't get healthy, Harold will cry. あと、お店やってよ。Matt, go to the shop. Go work at the shop. やだよ、飯田さんが病気なのに。I don't wanna, you're sick, Ida. ハラルドのやつだよ。That guy, Harold. 最近は帰ってくるたび、長老たちの家を回って、 イーダを制裁にさせてくれって。Recently, whenever he comes home, he'll go to the elder's place and ask them to allow you to legally marry. バカね。What a fool. 私は酒場が好きなの。I like that bar. 知らない国の船乗りと仲良くなったらね。I like making friends with sailors from other unknown countries. 少しだけハラルドの役に立った気になれるんだ。Might only be a little bit, but I feel like I'm being useful to Harold by doing that. おい、よそ者ババア。おい、よそ者ババア。Hey, outsider hag. Loki. Loki. ババアに肉でも食わせろ。Get that hag to feed me some meat. 酒場は俺の休憩所だ。That bar is my resting place. 早く再開しろ。Hurry up and reopen. まったく、悪童。そのままでがくなりやがって。Damn that demon child. He got so big while staying the same. あれを手なずけてんのはお前さんぐらいだ。The only one who can tame him is pretty much just you. ハイルリンにしても、今仲間たちと医者探しに海に出てる。愛されてんな、息子たちにも。And around this time, Hayredin is out to sea with his friends looking for a doctor. You really are loved by your sons as well. みんな大げさなんだから。You're all so excessive. You're doing so much. 平気よ。でも嬉しいな。I'm fine, but it makes me happy. エルバフ酒村 The Ale Town Elbaf. Loki の実母の故郷 Loki's biological mother's hometown. 今なんつった？ What'd you just say? あんなよそ者の女に制裁になれちゃたまれねえって話よ。お前だってそうだろ、Loki. We're talking about how ridiculous it would be for that foreigner to be allowed to legally become his wife. You agree with us, right, Loki? うちこそが制裁エストリッタの一族。財産も地位も渡さねえ。We're the relatives of his actual wife, Estrida. I won't hand over the fortune and land, the inheritance. だから毒持ってやったんだ。That's why I got this poison. この抜却金は誰にも止められねえぞ。確実に死に至る。Nobody can stop this fungus. It will surely lead to death. マト、やはりハラルドに連絡を。Matt, actually you must contact Harold. 血なんかつながってなくてもさ、ハイルリンと同じように。ロキ君も私の可愛い息子よ。We might not be related by blood, but Hayredin is just like Loki, my adorable son. 痛え、Loki! おい! That hurts, Loki. 死なねえよな、いいだ。Oh, shit, I didn't, okay, they poisoned Ida. For some reason I didn't associate it until just now. 覚えてんだよ。俺の実母は俺を嫌い、冥界へ投げ捨てた。I remember my biological mother hated me and casted me down into the dark realm. 何が財産? To hell with inheritance. ゴミ一族が Your worthless clan. 飯田は死なねえよな。あいつだけが俺の。Ida's not gonna die, right? She's my only. 寂しいよね、ロキ君。うちに来る？ You must be lonely, Loki. You wanna come with me? 母親なんだぞ。Mother. She was my only mother. God. Okay. Well. This chapter was amazing. Oh my god. Like, everything about it. The entire like summary of everything that we've known in chronological order, in more detail from different angles, and then we get this. Oh man. Wow. Well, that's the end of the chapter. This is crazy. The amount of stuff that we're getting now in this flashback is far surpassing my expectations. The Shanks stuff as well. God, okay. This chapter was fantastic. We're gonna have to wait for next chapter to see how this concludes. I don't have a good feeling about what's going to happen. I feel like I'm going to cry. But, yeah, so anyways, until then, goodbye.